All right, thanks for staying with us. It's time now to take a look at stories making headlines on Nigerian newspapers. And I begin with the Nation newspaper. Obasanjo, I have no preferred candidate, but national agenda. Ex-president visit Babangida Abdulsalami Abubakar. All right, you find the details on the front page of the Nation newspaper. And we move now to the First News newspaper. 2023, Obasanjo meets Abdulsalami, IBB behind closed doors in Minna. Find the details on the front page of the First News newspaper. And to the Daily Times now, 2023, I don't have a special presidential candidate. Obasanjo speaking, says he only has a national agenda. Holds closed-door meeting with General Abdulsalami Abubakar. Find all the details on the front page of the Daily Times. Now to PDP crisis on the front page of the Leadership newspaper. State chairman divided over demand for IU sack. Single term for Atiku. State chairman divided over demand for IU sack. Single term for Atiku. Details on the front page of the Leadership newspaper. To the blueprint now, PDP crisis, Wike lists fresh conditions for Atiku reconciliation. Wike lists fresh conditions for Atiku reconciliation. The details on the front page of the blueprint. We move now to the Punch newspaper. PDP National Working Committee divided over IU chairman's fate uncertain. PDP National Working Committee divided over IU chairman's fate uncertain. The details on the front page of the Punch newspaper. To this Nigeria newspaper now, anxiety over Ariwola's confirmation as CJN. Senators finger leadership in plot to scuttle ratification. Falana says NJC will resist Senate's alleged conspiracy. The details on the front page of this Nigeria newspaper. Now to the Daily Trust. Brain drain. Nigeria's doctor-patient ratio now 1 to 5,000, less than 30,000 practicing NMA. More planning to leave as manpower shortage bites harder. Minister advocates instant replacement for departing doctors. The details on the front page of the Daily Trust. To the Nature newspaper now, Lagos lost 22,500 children to air pollution in 2021. LASEPA speaking there. That's the Lagos State Environmental Protection Agency speaking. A really sad one there. 22,500 children lost to air pollution in 2021. Mike?
Yeah. Let's move now to the Nigerian News Direct. That's where we start from on this side. It says 5.8 billion naira electricity debt. Stakeholders kick over sustenance of electricity supply to Togo, Niger Republic, and Benin. Right? Stakeholders kick over sustenance of electricity supply to Togo, Niger, and Benin Republic. Now, the reports has been that those countries have not been paying what is due to Nigeria for supplying electricity from the Kainji Dam to them all the while. National economy is next. How Nigeria can avoid falling into a fiscal cliff. That is what national economy has. National economy. How Nigeria can avoid falling into a fiscal cliff. And it says government must end high cost of governance. All right. The NE Board of Economists are saying this is stop borrowing to finance consumption. Experts tell federal government and states. Okay, from there, let's go to Business AM. Business AM says modular refinery strategy back as presidency weighs petrol agony. Modular refinery strategy back as presidency weighs petrol agony. That's what the Business AM has. Support for Niger Delta small-scale producers and country to post $4 billion lost to oil theft by end of 2022. $4 billion oil loss. All right, from there, let's go to Business Day. Business Day says Nigeria defies global headwinds with faster economic growth. Okay, Nigeria defies global headwinds with faster economic growth. That's what Business Day has. GDP growth pleasantly surprising. Rwanda's FDC is reporting, or is quoted as reporting this. Okay, from there, let's go to Daily Independent, which is the last one I'm looking at now. Forest rate may push banks into crisis. Forex rates may push banks into crisis. That's what Daily Independent has, and that's the last one on my table right now.
Right. Gentlemen, let's look at some interesting topics on the front page of some of the papers this morning. And two of the topics dominating the papers has to do with former President Olusegun Obasanjo saying that he has no special presidential aspirant, but he has a national agenda for the country. And then we also have, and this is coming after the UK meeting, where he met with presidential aspirant Peter Obi, as well as former Governor Nyesom Wike, not former governor, and he also met with, I think Atiku was part of that meeting, I'm not sure.
Atiku met with Nyesom Wike
separately. Yeah, separately, that's true. Right, so this is coming on the heels of that meeting because a lot of persons felt that he was endorsing Peter Obi.
Yeah.
And before then, we also have the APC presidential aspirant in person of Asiwaju Bola Tinubu had met with him. Yeah. And so we had that conversation here on Friday saying that he wasn't necessarily endorsing anyone, and he has come out to say that.
Yeah. Some people have said, why are they going to London to hold meeting? Why can't they go to Yankari Game Reserve? Why can't they go to maybe they don't want to go to Ota or any of those resorts there because of the landlord there. They don't want to go there, but cattle ranch is there. So why are they going to London? Suppose say, as I see Bolaji Akinyemi and his academy, they are saying that why there is a colonial mentality and all of that. I think they see it as you know, part vacation to get another luxury lap in European lageres, something like that. They give them an ambience of also separating themselves from eavesdroppers. Say, oh, where are they? Where are they? What are they talking? So nobody can know. But I think you can still do the same thing anywhere in Nigeria. Nobody would know what happens.
Absolutely.
And so on. There's so many secret places you can meet in Nigeria and so on. Now, that said, it is interesting that Obasanjo is saying that I have a national agenda, but I don't have a candidate. But if you have an agenda, you have to think of who can. You should not be clever. You cannot be clever. Don't be clever by half. And then he was trying to give the impression that in a clever way, but not to cannot fool some of us. When he went to see Abdulsalami, he said, I was going to see him there, then he left. How can you imagine? in the age of technology. And he said, okay, I'm coming. Are you okay? Okay. I'll be there before I'll be there tomorrow. They said,
maybe he wanted to surprise him.
I just got there, then he left.
He had left.
Then he left.
Maybe it was a surprise visit.
If it was a surprise visit, that could not be the reason for going there.
Well, the point there is presidents don't pay surprise visits in that regard. If you are the office of the president is a privileged office or position in the world, anywhere, depending, it doesn't matter whatever country. So whether you are sitting or former president, it is a realm of privilege that you have broken into. Now, that is why when they make statements on anything, it makes headline, because the point there is they don't just speak. They have access to information that others don't know. Good. So when the former president said, well, I don't have a candidate, well, as a father of the nation, one would, because there are different ways of interpreting that. You can't just take what he said and then you go to the bank with it. From the perspective of Sam, one would say, hey, how can you say you have a national agenda and then you don't have the human being who will drive that agenda? Because it wouldn't make logical sense to say, okay, I have an agenda, but I don't know who is going to drive that agenda. On the other hand, it could be the issue of, well, as the father of the nation at this point, I can see Peter Obi give him advice or give him a blessing. I can see Asiwaju give him advice, give him a blessing. I can see Atiku give him advice, give him a blessing, Kwankwaso, as the case may be. Good. Whatever he is going to do can be behind the scene as a father of the nation or one of the fathers of the nation. So from that perspective,
I don't know made him the father of the nation.
No, well, as the former president, that's why I laid the foundation.
Right.
From all former presidents are like fathers of the nation or mothers of the nation, whoever the thing is. So long as you were president of this country at one point, you fall in that realm. You can be consulted for anything at any point in time, and whatever your position is. Of course, nobody can wave it aside, whether the people liked you or they didn't like you. That's the
thing with Obasanjo is that he's too foxy to be called a father, and there's too much of a tortoise. And it's too much of a tortoise. He appears in every Nigerian story. He must be there. There was one Obasanjo piece in every Nigerian, especially any story that has to do with tension and
so
conflict.
that we can make judicious use of our time. We also have a fallout from that UK meeting. Governor Nyesom Wike making demands. He seems to be upping the stakes as we speak. He's making demands saying that demanding a 4-year term for Atiku, and also asking that they have to look at Iyorchia Ayu also stepping aside. That has also been what
the Iyorchia Ayu condition has always been there.
Yes.
You know, he doesn't want the man there. He feels that there was a conspiracy by the leadership of the PDP to get him out when Atiku teamed with Tambuwa to get the votes to knock him into the second place. And he saw that his southern colleagues also worked against him. They voted for Atiku instead of him, in spite of all he has done. Well, the condition that Atiku should stay one term only helps to reinforce the fact that Wike has already made up his mind what he's going to do. He has already made up his mind what he's going to do. All the things we are seeing the story of suitors going around him and he enjoying it. As I said last week, it's like a bride that is making yanga and so on. The husband is there waiting somewhere, and he knows who he is. And so on. That's all. You know, I gave an example of the Odyssey, this Homer's play of this woman, Penelope. Penelope, the husband had gone, Odysseus had gone around, and then Penelope, a beautiful woman, all the chieftains in Ithaca, they're all surrounding her, they're all hoping, there are all kinds of rumors. Odysseus is dead. Go and make sure you kill Odysseus, so that they can marry. When Odysseus comes, he whips all of them away and takes his Penelope.
It's really interesting.
But for Mike, for you, I wonder where you see this headed at the end of the day. Do you think that Atiku can prevail on his ally Iyorchia Ayu to step aside? What do you think?
Well, the point there is, this, like I have always said, this is a cross for Atiku to carry. And I don't know why he has not made the right move concerning this issue. I had said before that the solution for this thing is between he and Wike alone. Forget about all the other people who are besides, I send my team, and you send your team and all of that. Two of them need to meet on one-on-one and talk. All this drama around Wike, he knows what he's doing. Atiku also understands the body language and all of that, but he is not taking that step to say, okay, Wike, come, let us see and talk. At the London meeting, it wasn't a moment of speaking frankly to each other.
You think so?
Yes, it wasn't.
I agree. I think
it wasn't.
I think I said the other day that there was a breaking of ice, but there was no melting of ice in their heart. So they can break the ice.
There is still.
Let's see where this will be headed.
No, of course, it's all right.